Yo, Philly 254 living life. Back at it. So, what do we got on tap for today? Well, as you can see, we have the JSAUX M.2 Steam Deck dock. Shouts out to JSAUX for hooking me up with this dock to go in and do the review on. Of course. And as we always know, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not gonna be biased towards JSAUX or anything, but I'm gonna keep it real. So how well does this thing perform? Well, before we get into that, let's talk about what was in the box. This box obviously has been open because I've been using and testing the dock, so there's nothing in here to look at. But what we do have is the plug that came in the box, as well as two adapters, assuming if you're on foreign soil or whatnot. Now these adapters, they fit on pretty simple. Right there is the actual prongs for the plug. It kind of folds in for, travel cases or whatnot. These two little holes just fit over those little prongs, like so. And there you go. You're in there like swimwear. Take them off when you're not using it, obviously. Pretty cool. You also get, which I've already taken out, but you also get a thermal, which I'm going to show you real quick on the dock. So as I mentioned earlier, the dock does have a hard drive, which I don't know if I did mention that. Well, I'm telling you now, the dock does have a hard drive. And inside the box, you also get a little thermal sheet for the hard drive, because the docks do like to heat up, right? Little thermal sheet for the hard drive. So with all that, as you can see, just pops on and pops off. It's a little indent right there for your fingernail. Just pull up and you're in there. The hard drive size is 1 gig, so that's definitely a plus. Now, I'm gonna be honest. This review is just gonna be over the dock, straight out the gate. No changes or modifications had to be downloaded. No anything like that, because you can play it straight out the gate. But there are some scripts and whatnot to kind of help improve the experience. But I'm just speaking from someone who's just, hey, here's a dock. I'm gonna download this and I'm gonna purchase this. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and play. It's that kind of mentality, all right? So, as you can see, SSD, 100 watt, fast charge, HDMI, 4K, 60 gigs, RJ45 gigabyte Ethernet port, 10 gig data transmission. There goes your Ethernet port right there. And then on the back here, we have our USB 2.0s. Two of those have our HDMI and a USB-C for the power. And then, of course, nice little USB-C cord that kind of has a nice little fold in it, so that way it plugs right into the Steam Deck. So how well does it perform? Swimmingly. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be real with you. Swimmingly. As a dock, so let's just take out the whole hard drive part for now. We'll just talk about as a dock. Great. Works great. Dock never got too super hot or anything like that. Never had any weird connection issues. I've had a couple docks before where it seemed like they would disconnect and reconnect and all kind of weird stuff, things like that. No issues whatsoever with that at all. As far as the actual aesthetics of it, right here where the Steam Deck sits, you can see there's these little plastic ridges. Well, you might not be able to see the plastic ridges. I may have to pull it up a little bit. There you go. I'll say plastic, rubber. Little rubber bumpers right here. And these kind of fold in a little bit on the front too. Nothing on them right here though. That's because this right here, I don't know if it's metal or not, or it's really hard plastic, but it's hard. It can scratch up your Steam Deck. Fortunately, it's well protected. The only thing about this whole holder or whatnot of the Steam Deck, does not, as you can see, does not fit a case. You put a case in there, specifically if I were to put this case, the Steam Deck, instead of sitting there and leaning back, would sit straight up. And I tried playing like that one time when I first originally got it. Steam Deck almost fell forwards. So I just took the case off. So just FYI, if you got a case or this case is not even thick as kind of case you can probably get, but it doesn't really play well with cases. So just FYI. Now let's get into the actual hard drive. So the hard drive is ready to go. Plug and play. Literally. The hard drive already had a Steam library folder and everything on there ready to go. All you had to do is download your games into it, download your games into it, and you're good to go. Here's the part where it gets a little weird. Just a tad bit. The actual hard drive just is not viewable on the gaming mode of the Steam Deck. Now, I believe there's some scripts out there, some GitHub scripts, and may even be like a plugin or two, especially with Decky maybe, that will actually make it viewable. But out the gate, by default, the dock does not see, or the Steam Deck does not see the dock's hard drive. So any games you download to the dock will not be viewable, will not be playable on the gaming mode. Now, on the actual desktop mode, it's a go. So all I did was switch desktop mode, downloaded my game to the dock. You just choose your location where you wanted to download to, choose the dock's location for the hard drive. And from there, you just play it from the from the desktop mode. At that point, I had no issues. Game played well in a little full screen mode or whatnot. Everything worked perfectly, worked swimmingly. The only thing is, like I mentioned once more, is you cannot play these games while in the gaming mode. Now, again, I repeat it again, I do believe there's a script on GitHub or something, and it could even be on Decky, and I'll double check that after this video and not just verify that, but it could even be on Decky, some type of plugin or something that allows it to be seen. But as of right now, straight out the box, if I'm just a casual gamer, I'm not trying to do all this modifications or whatnot, I just want to play, yeah, it's not going to be on gaming mode. You got to play on desktop mode, homie. But that's cool, because I mean, it's a 1 gig drive, it's an extra drive. Typically, type of games I would suggest playing on the dock or saving on the dock would be games that require mouse and keyboard. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe games that you don't think would be best for playing portably. Let's put it that way. So if you don't think a game would work portably, it may be cool, but it's probably best just to play it while plugged into a TV or a monitor or whatnot, basically on the dock. Download it on the dock, and that way you don't have to worry about it. But any games that you don't need to play on the dock, save it on your Steam Deck or your SD card like you normally would. Problem solved. And as a whole, how well does this dock? I'd say this is definitely a purchase. It's definitely a purchase. I would definitely purchase it. I'll look up the price because it's escaping my mind. I put it on the screen, the current price of the dock on the JSAUX website, and go ahead and make that purchase, homie. I'll have the link to the actual dock in the description and the pinned comment. Go and knock it off even if you already haven't. And as always, if you like more news, Steam Deck news, reviews, gameplay, lives coming soon, like and subscribe. Cruise through the playlist. And I'm out.